Bang, here we go live, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tim down for Living with MS in Tenerife. Today I'm in Callao, Salvaje, and I am in Monte Cristo. I'm next door to the Masala Indian, and I'm in a little corner of Monte Cristo's beautiful terrace. Let me show you around. There's the Indian. This is the smoking area at the back there. And these very quickly are the people here. And that's Monte Cristo. So not filming them, just zooming past. I don't have my separate thing for the comments, so I've got to watch the comments on here, which means all the names are in red and I can't see them unless I look really close. So it looks like we got John Healy, Mary Alty, Jack Bell and Vincent Flanagan at the moment. Good evening, everybody. So, I hope you enjoyed the walk this morning if you're with us. If you didn't, you can watch that on catch up. And this is the Lederhosen challenge. It doesn't tell me how many people are online, and I can only just see the last 5 comments as they're going past. Good evening, Timmy says Evie Blue. Hi, Evie. So let's get twos up here. So that's the view that I'm looking at. That's the thing next door. So we'll just leave that up there for now. And let's roll the intro. And there we go. So, hope you're all enjoying yourselves. It is a warm one today, I tell you what. It is a Calima, and the Calima has brought very hot weather. Up in Santa Cruz, it was nearly 40 degrees today. We're lucky on this coast here. We got these sort of, what are they called? Microclimates. And because I'm looking right at you, I'm going to move this over to this side. There you go. Christina's not with me today. She stayed at home. We managed to get the loo finished today, and we're going to put an extra bar in. So Christina's happy as Larry. She's got a functioning, fully automated loo and everything with bidet integrated and a dryer and everything. So she's quite happy. Good afternoon, everybody. Just saying, as I don't have my, I can maybe try this one and tether it to the phone and see what happens there. If it starts going haywire or yellow, then I'll stop. Let me just see what I got here. Tap to retry. Okay, we're online. Look in the library. Your videos. That's the Monday walk. Oh, I still can't see me. Am I online at all? Your channel. There we go. I still haven't shaved. Apologise for that. Okay, so that's that. So I'll just stop the video. And okay, I've got the things down here now. I'll bring it a bit further in. There you go. I can see you guys now. Hi, Tim and Christina. So, Chef Lad Outdoors. Hope you're well. What did you make the intro with? The intro, I'll show you that again, just in case you missed it. The intro is, I don't know if you can hear me now. Probably can, but I'm gonna wait anyway. So this is a 3D generator called MO2. So MO2 is it's a plug-in for Apple Motion or Final Cut Pro. So you have to be a Final Cut Pro or Apple Motion user to use it, and it's a plug-in from motionvfx.com, and it's a thing called MO2, and what you can do, you can bring in 3D models or create 3D models with it and light them, paint them, do everything, but you can also buy a pre-made entry, which is what that one is. That's a pre-made one, and then all you do is you change your colours, you change whatever you want on it really. I changed the logo, I put my thing in, so that was quite good. And it's a lot of work to do those from scratch, So starting with a template is always good. So this is the same one as I used. This is the balcony banter one. And I did have a Freaky Friday one, but the Freaky Friday one didn't. Is not working. I think I deleted something, so we'll see that. Who's saying, have you seen Daniel lately? What was that? Simon is saying, have you seen Daniel? I've not seen Daniel physically, but I've chatted with him. Somebody from Dundee there. Ian Miller from Dundee. How are you, Ian? And Alison says, hi Simon, evening all. Hi Simon, I am Marianne. Okay, we're saying hello to everybody else. Jill says, I'm here, popping in and out in the kitchen, cooking chicken tikka masala. Oh yeah, if you want chicken tikka masala, you just got to go to this place next door and order it. There you go. So, I am losing a bit of waste, not weight, but waste. So I haven't measured myself, but I'm feeling a little bit thinner. And also I'm not feeling as bloated. And I went to the doctors today because I thought I had something wrong with me, and I don't. So I got the all clear today, so that's quite nice. It was a procedure that I was going to have done if this thing that I thought I was having was a thing, but they said no, it's come back and it's not a thing. So therefore I don't have to have the procedure. So that's good. I don't want to give you any details because it's not appetitely. You shouldn't do it at dinner time. Okay, so what we're going to do today, I'm still not drinking, so I'm on the Tim and Tonics. I got a tonica there, and I got a little bit of lime in it, and a lovely lime slice, which I think is fantastic. It might actually be my new summer drink. I'm going to start drinking the slimline tonics though, I think. Because there you go, the old slimline tonics. And then you can all join in the fantastic Desert Island discs. There you go. Okay, so I hadn't planned anything today, and since I don't do the updates on the COVID anymore, I'm basically struggling for something to say. I was actually going to go out to a different bar and show you the new bar, a different bar, and maybe meet somebody. But it ended up that I had to wait in for this guy, and then I was late getting ready, so I couldn't go out. And so the next thing that's happening, they're going to deliver a parcel to me tomorrow with a connection from a 360-degree camera, which eventually will go into work there, to working. Can see it in your face, Tim. Yeah, I'm at a loss, to tell you the truth, and I'm hoping that I find something to show you guys, because otherwise I'll just be sat here like Piffy on a brick. Let's give myself. Let me give myself a bit more exposure. How's that? Is that better? 0.8? Yeah, we'll go for that one. So, actually, I'm relying on your questions now. On your questions. I did actually download the latest restrictions, if you want to have a look at those. Let me see if I can bring it up. Photo library. Latest restrictions. Done. I don't know if you can see these, but these are the levels and the medidas vigentes para la contención de la COVID-19 en función de nivel de alerta en cada isla. So it's saying every island is these are the, not the medidas, are the measures that they're going to put in place to combat COVID-19. And so level alerta 1 is green, level alerta 2 is amber or yellow, and level alerta 3 is just us in Tenerife, and nobody's on level 4 yet. So if I can read this correctly, it's saying that you can only meet with 4 persons unless they live with you. And in the restaurants, God, that's so small I can't even see it. See if we can see it here. I'm going to set it up. Let me do this. Let me do this. Where's my little picture-in-picture thing gone? I'm going to do multi-views. No. I'm going to do logo. Is that right? No. Inputs. Let me just. 2 views. Here we go. So let's do A and B. Okay. That's actually smaller for you now, isn't it? Well, I won't do that then. I'll do it like this. Right, I can zoom in here. So yeah, so it says hosteleria and restaurants, they close at midnight, and you can have 75% on the terrace and 40% in the interior, with a maximum of 4 people per table if they're not vaccinated, and 6 people on the table if they are completely vaccinated, and in the bar maximum 2. So that means if you sit in with a load of vaccinated people, you can have 6 on a table, and if not, you can have 4. Establishments of the nightclubs are still closed. Oh, I thought I'd done this. There you go. Nightclubs are still closed. And it says that the beaches and the parks, or any place where the young people get together with bottles to drink, can only be closed at 10 o'clock, and you can't buy alcohol after 10 o'clock in like a supermarket or a garage or something like that. And the rest is not really that important. The rest is not really that important. So that's the level 3. We did think we were going to go to level 4, but we haven't. So we'll see if this works. So we just got to monitor the amount of things now, and then that'll be it. I don't know what's up with me today. What's up with me today? I just seem to be floating in a sea of nothingness. And I can't even see your comments now because I'm reading that. Let me get back. There we go. Okay. Watching your live is cheering me up after football last night. Oh yeah, I heard about that. I didn't watch it, but I heard later. Hi Tim, Iron Smiler, New Zealand. I'm sure between us all we can chat about something. I'm sure we can. Okay, we're saying hi. What's level 2 as well? As we'll be in Gran Canaria on 11 days. Okay, let's have a look at what level 2 is. Level 2 is... Let me go back here. That's the yellow one. So people you can meet up to 6 people. Maximum of 6 people on a table, and 4 outside and 4 inside. They're still closed at midnight. Actually, the establishment's the same, really. The restaurants are the same. But there's no curfew for young kids. So it's basically the same. You can go anywhere you like as long as there's not more than 6 of you. And yeah, that's about it. The masks, they still have to be worn when you're going into enclosed spaces. But if you're out in the street and walking around, there's nobody around, you can take them off. But as soon as you cannot guarantee a minimum distance of, let's say, 1.5 or 2 meters, just say 6 feet or 5 feet, then you have to put the mask on. So you have to have it ready to put on, basically. So that's what it is. I don't know what Britain's going to do on the 19th. That should be interesting. See what else we got here. Maria's on. ¿Qué tal, Maria? Give us your life story, Tim, and how you started your YouTube channel and why. Ian Miller. Oh, that's a good idea. My life story. I was born in September 1960. in Earlham in Manchester. And I don't remember it because we moved to Prestwich when I was young. So my first memories really are of Prestwich, which is North Manchester, about 8 miles outside up Bury New Road towards Bury. And there was a hospital there, Prestwich Hospital, which was a famous mental hospital. And my mother was a mental nurse, so that's why we moved there. But then she got up and got promoted, and she ended up working all over the place. So she was working in Crumsall Hospital and Prestwich and a couple of others. And my dad was working in Manchester for a guy who he had lots of warehouses and stuff. My dad started a credit card called Spender Card, one of the very first credit cards. That was pretty weird. It was before Visa or anything. It was basically a club card where you could go and put money on it, like a Burton's card, and then you could spend it in all their shops. So they had outlets and stuff. It was like the rag trade, you know. So, but he got fed up of that. I went to school in Unsworth. I went to school in Bury in secondary school, and I left there at 17. Went to live in Wales in Pwllheli. I was a smudger, photographer on Butlins, and I worked in a supermarket after that in the day. Then I started on selling jokes and tricks on the markets. That was fun. Tim Dowd Enterprises, that was my first business. Died miserably because I was making a lot of profit but not enough to live. I couldn't put petrol in the car. Amazing. My life story. So that was part one. I ended up working in Carnarvon at Times Furnishing. Well, it was Cavendish Woodhouse when I started, then Times bought them out. Actually, they were probably owned by the same people anyway, Great Universal Stores. And they just decided to phase out Cavendish and phase in Times. Bit posher, you know. But I prefer Cavendish Woodhouse because we used to sell money. We didn't sell furniture. A young couple would come in, you say you can have £1,000 of furniture for a tenner a week. Or I used to say a £5 a week each, I'd say. Didn't sound as much. And then they'd run around with my card trying to find stuff to spend £1,000 on. Whatever it was. Oh yeah, that was fun. And my dad actually was the head custodian of Carnarvon Castle. That's a claim to fame. He took that over in 79, I think it was. Stayed there until he retired when he was 65. So he ended up being the custodian of all the castles in North Wales, working for a company called Cadw, C-A-D-W. Cadw was good. And all living in North Wales. Then I moved then to Germany in 1989 and didn't look back. That's where I got my Lederhosen from. Hi Bob. Due in August for 5 weeks. Cool. Coming over August 6th, Tim, for a holiday, says Paul. Come and say hello, definitely. Your vlogs are great, Tim. Thank you. Have you watched some of the old ones? I was thinking of promoting some of the old ones. If you go into my channel and press on videos and then sort it oldest to newest, some of the old ones are pretty good and they're still valid up to now. So you can do that. You can do that. Harry Shaw, wow, Marianne and I hope to get over early September, just waiting for Nicholas' update. Booked for Fuerteventura for January and February, feel more comfortable with that decision. Cool. Cool. Nicholas Parsons, evening Tim, breaking news, we're coming over mid-August, we'll hopefully see you again for a drink. Perfect. How's C, all right? Good? 5 weeks. Thank you so much for the donation there, Harry. I can even show it you on here now. There we go. Thank you so much for that. Breaking news. Then you'll meet the lovely Christina. Definitely. Definitely. Thumbs up. Hi, Julie. One of our members there. Thank you so much for your support there, Julie. People have been asking me how do I become a member, and I realised that you can't see it on a phone. You've got to either go onto a desktop or or go to a browser. And next to the subscribe button, there's a join button. So I didn't realize that you couldn't see that on a mobile device. The other thing you can do is go to the channel page and click on the membership tab as well. But as I say, there is no benefit to becoming a member apart from the little badge. And thank you so much for all those that decided to go that route. Apologise to all those people that didn't believe in it and have since disappeared. But such is life. C'est la vie, as I say. How are you doing, Tim? Hope you're enjoying your walks. Actually, my walks, I am enjoying them. And you guys are keeping me honest by being there. You know, it's if there was nobody to get up for, there's certain mornings when I just go, you know what, I won't go today. But I know I'm going to be letting you down. I did say this morning, but I'll say again now, I am actually, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to do a what's it called? I'm going to get Christina swimming again. So I'm going to do that offline. I'm not going to film that. So that means I won't be able to walk on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm going to walk Monday, swim Tuesday, walk Wednesday, swim Thursday, and then walk Friday. Send the weekends off then. But as I say, I'm feeling better. My belly's coming down, especially because oh, you can see join on the phone, says Stuart. Okay. I couldn't see it the other day. Maybe you got to turn chat off. Maybe you've got to turn chat off. Marianne saying hello, Mr. Butler, and Jimmy England says coming in November. How far is Hard Rock from Little Germany? Hope to see you at Christmas from Jimmy and Sandra. The Hard Rock Hotel is in the next village, so if you are getting in a taxi, it's €5, and if you're walking, you come out of the Hard Rock, you go across the road, take a left and right, and that takes you down to the beach, and then you just walk around the walkway and you come over the rocks. So where I go walking in the morning down by the beach, you can come that way. It's not wheelchair friendly, but you know, if you got decent shoes on, it's okay. If you got sandals, you're bound to get stones in your shoes, but if you got decent shoes on, it's good. So what I would do, theoretically, you can go up to the Rosa Centre in Playa Paraíso, which is the new shopping centre, and then just a bit further up the hill, maybe 100 metres up the hill, take a left, and there's a cut through the banana plantation. And then when you come out there, you just walk straight down the avenue with the trees in the middle, and that'll take you to the middle of town, then just turn left towards the beach, and Little Germany's down there. So I would say it's 15 minutes walk, or 3 to 4 minutes in a taxi for a £5. Loving your walks, Tim. Catch them, don't always catch them live, but oh, cool. Coming November, there you go. Loving your walks. Hi, Ali Bennett. Are you drinking water on your walks? You know, sometimes I am and sometimes I'm not. Mostly not, because I don't want to carry a water bottle with me, but I have the water in the car for afterwards. But I know I should. I know I should. Cycle at the weekends and you will have a triathlon done. Yeah, right. Have to buy a bike then. Hi, Devils. Yep, you're green. You're green. Oh, that is another thing you get. You get a little badge and your chat name goes green if you're a member. There are 3 levels of membership, although the benefits are exactly the same. You just get a badge and it's the same badge. And so you can join at any level, and you can leave at any time. So if you decide that it's not for you, you can leave at any time. But you can also support the channel as one-offs like Harry did, or you can even go to timothydowd.com and click the support, click our wedding and picture, and there you can get the address of PayPal. What I might do is on that page I might actually put the link to the members as well, if you're interested in that. But as I say, there's no real benefit in that. But after a month, your badge changes to a different colour, and then after 6 months, it changes again. So that'll be interesting to see. Heavy rain, says local hero. And Ian Francis, where are you? So where was I in my life of Brian? Oh yeah. What did I do in Germany? Well, I went to college to learn a new skill when I was 26. And in Britain at the time, you could get a grant to go to college if you're a mature student. So that's what I did. I went to Newey in Deeside. It doesn't exist anymore, but it was near Shotton in Deeside, just across the water from on the Welsh side from what begins with a W, the Wirral. So just across the water from the Wirral, about half an hour from Chester, not even that, 20 minutes from Chester. And I did 2 years there as an HND. It wasn't even a bachelor's degree. I did an HND, and at the end of it, they were doing exchange visits to Germany. So I got a 6-month contract with Siemens in Regensburg, which is on the banks of the Danube. And I loved it so much, after 6 months, I just stayed. And they loved me so much, they said, "You're doing a great job, Tim. Do you want to stick with us?" So I said, okay. So they trained me up as a VAX VMS system operator in shift work, which was great for me because I had 6 days on, 4 days off. So if you took one shift off, you took 6 days off, you got 2 weeks holiday. And you get 30 days a year, so that was like 5 times 6 holidays, so that was like 10 weeks a year holiday. That was amazing. And there's a bit more money as well. So then I picked up a book on SECS, which is Semiconductor Equipment Communication Standards, and I ended up being the expert because I was the only one that read it. And so when we decided that that's the way to go, I was the go-to guy. So I was in the right place at the right time with the right knowledge. And they sent me all around the world. Well, they sent me to America first to automate a factory that we just built. And then when I did that successfully, they sent me all around the world communicating and training people to do it. So that was my career, basically. I just went around and communicated with people. What variant? It looks lovely. We're actually in the Monte Cristo. So let me see if I can do this. So we are in Callao, Salvaje, and we're just above the supermarket, which is the Hipadino, which is down there. And then, so the supermarket's down here, the beach is going that way, and if you go along here, Little Germany's behind me back here on the road there. So you come to the big square and then you come up the hill, and then right at the end here there's some what's it called, some steps, and then you come up the steps by the Sunshine restaurant and you got the Masala Indian. Now this bar is actually called Callao Street, but it's closed at the moment. So the bar next door, the Monte Cristo, which is behind me here, there, they've put chairs here whilst this place is closed, so they get more capacity outside because you can only have 75% capacity. And then there's no other bars then behind me until the corner over here, which is the Three Horseshoes, which is like a karaoke sports bar. So that's another one you can go to. So there's an Indian and 2 bars up here. Down the bottom here, behind in the square downstairs, there's the Indian. Not the Indian, the Chinese, which is Arico, I think it's called. And they used to be the ones that were on the front with a buffet, but these people don't do a buffet. But they do the better quality down here, but it's a bit more expensive. But hey, you know, that's pretty cool. And then there's Arnie's Bar as well. And then through the little thing there's a place called Bodega Canario. And those of you remember, I tried to do a live from there, and they didn't want me filming. So, but they do the best goat apparently. So if you go Friday nights, they've got like all-you-can-eat goat for a tenner or something like that. Is that near where you live, Tim? Yes, it's just down the road. It's in the village where we live. So it'll probably take me 10 minutes to go home up the hill. So when I do my walks, basically all you got to do is follow me walks, and when I'm walking up the hill and going past the supermarket, I'm just above the supermarket now. So let's see if I can get one. Let's see if she saw that. Get another Tim and Tonic. Is Hipadino a Canadian chain? I think you might have wanted to write Canary in there. I'm not sure, you know. I'm not sure. Hipadino, it's called Hipadino Express and something or other. Yeah, Canarian, there you go. I'm not sure, you know. I only saw it here, but it could be somewhere else. And Duntring said, I had a drive down to Beaumaris today. I was going to go on the boat around Puffin Island. Booked up for 2 days. Oh, same in the castle, very busy. My dad used to also be the custodian of Beaumaris. That was his favourite, in fact. In fact, all the swans and the ducks were his people there. Is that a goldfish bowl? Is that a green goldfish? It is. It's a slice of lime. Thank you, my darling. There you go. She's lovely. It's Mary. So how long have we been on? Oh, we've been half an hour. For not knowing what to say, I'm saying a lot for nothing, aren't I? Oh, you Christina Rell. Christina's fantastic. She's actually got a new loo now, saying to people really. And Heather's saying, you've had an interesting life. Did you like travelling and living in different places around the world? And where was the most interesting place you lived? I don't know. The easiest place to live was definitely America. It was definitely America. Because you're shielded from everything over there. There was you didn't get any news, you know, there was no sort of worries. It was amazing, really. The houses were big and spacious, the money was good, you could play golf, you could do anything, 24 hours a day, basically. So that was nice, and it was sort of like, when you say living the dream, if you imagine it was exactly like you'd seen on TV, you know, with the electric wires hanging and stuff, and the people being, y'all have a nice day. You know, it was exactly the same as on the TV, and it was really nice. And of course, because you're not American, you're an exotic. So, you're interesting because you're English. You know, I love your accent, and you know, did you know Lady Di? And do you know Bob? He lives in Manchester as well. Do you know him? You know, that type of thing. So that was pretty good. So I think America was that. The most interesting cultural shock was China. I was in Suzhou, which is about an hour and a half. I'm saying an hour and a half. It's probably 3 hours from Shanghai, but we got there an hour and a half. First time I went there, I was with my boss and his boss. So we were investing $1.5 billion in a factory in Suzhou. So they drove us down with a police escort. So I was doing the grand opening of the IT development center. So we had a load of Chinese developers, and I had to go and do the communication organization there, and that was interesting. I was there maybe over 2 years. I was there every 4 weeks for a week. There was a lot of traveling, but that was good. But the culture there, I remember we got friendly with quite a few people, and I said, what do you think of the Western people? And this guy, he looked at me and he says, you know, he said, we've been here for thousands of years, we'll be here for thousands of years to come. And the West, they come in and they organize stuff and then they leave. And it's basically like flies buzzing around you, you know? And he wasn't likening the Western people to flies, but that was his way of saying, you're here today and gone tomorrow, and only these things are important, whereas the Chinese thing is the culture and going forward and tradition. And so the two totally different worlds, basically. I also found out that human life wasn't as valuable there as it is in the West. We used to stay in different hotels because they'd asked us to stay in hotels to promote them, because we were, the place where we built the factory was like a brand new industrial centre with hotels. and the hotels were fantastic. And this one we stayed at had 4 towers and a central complex. And the central complex was looking out over the barren land, so it was like the last one in the developed area, and the rest was not developed yet. And it was still a shanty town. So there was actually people living there in corrugated iron, cardboard villages. And so I'm sat there, and as me and my boss are the only 2 people in this hotel. My boss had been out for a run in the morning and showered and gone to work, and I was still having a breakfast. And I was the only person in the hotel, and I had 4 people stood around me. And they said, what do you want for breakfast? I said, what do you got? They say, anything. You can have anything, So I thought, wow. And so I just said, just bring me egg, bacon, sausage, like an English breakfast. Perfect. They did it perfectly. And they were stood there while I'm eating. So I thought, well, I've got to talk, you see, because you know what I'm like. So I said, I looked out the window and saw this shanty town. And I said, do these people actually live here? And they went, they whispered to each other, and they went and got the manager. And the manager came and says, what's the problem? I said, there's no problem. I'm just asking, if these people live here. And he looked at me, and I'll never forget this. He said, shall I have them removed, sir? What? I'm having breakfast in a hotel. I'm looking out the window at people's shanty town of people. And this guy says, shall I have them removed, sir? And yeah, that was interesting. That was a cultural shock for me. That was a cultural shock. Okay, where are we, girls? Message retracted. I have missed a walk around. Have I missed walk around the new bathroom? I might have a picture of the new bathroom, actually. Let me just check. Photos, photo library. No, I don't have one. I don't have one. Oh yeah, I do. It's a 360-degree photo, though. But it won't show up properly here. I just got to download it from the thing. Okay, this was halfway through. This was halfway through. I don't know if you can see that, but this was halfway through. That's like, that looks massive, but basically that's a room flattened out onto onto a 2D plane. So actually the wash basin is opposite the door, if you imagine. So if you can just take the right and the left and just wrap it round in a circle, that's what the bathroom looks like. So that wall at the back is the width of the bathroom, if you can imagine. So you got a loo and a shower. You got a white stool, and a couple of handrails and stuff. It looks better now. I'll do that. I'll upload one of those for you. I'll upload one of those for you. In fact, I owe you that, don't I? Like a vlog of the new bathroom. I'll do that. I won't sit on the loo though. Oh, Tim and Tonic. Group Dino Sol owns Heaper Dino. They have 200 shops on 5 of the Canary Islands. Nowhere else. Google it. Thank you so much. Google is your friend. Do you know the Hotel Fania Bay is open? All the best, says Danny Danks. Do you know if the Hotel Fania Bay is open? Is that GF Fania Bay, the one in owned by the GF Group? I think it is, yes. It is open, I think. And Isabel's open, but the Gran is not open. Adeki Gran is not open yet. But I did hear they were opening. In fact, if you go to whatsontenerife.com, then whatsontenerife.com will be able to, they have a list of all the hotels that are open there. Dinosol Supermarkets registered in Barcelona but only have stores in the Canaries. Heapadino biggest, Superdino middle, Heapadino Express is the smallest in tourist areas and more expensive. I can actually see that. Yeah, we got the sink sorted out. Thank you, Deanne. It was, we dropped it. Yeah, basically I can buy, I'll take a bottle of Los Molinos, which is the bottle of wine that I'll drink. And the Los Molinos downstairs here is $2.25. And if I go to the one in the Rosa Centre, then there it is €2 and 2, or €2 and 3, I don't know why. And if I go the other side of the motorway to the El Galeon, I pay 162 there. So it's 225 to 162 is the range, and everything else is about the same. So all the meat and veg and stuff like that. But they really have a really good meat counter in Rosa Center and in Galeon, where you can actually get cuts of meat that you want and fresh everything. What else we got? They got fish counter out there. The Express have got packaged meat, but it is from there, so it's their own butchers, and they just package it, send it over. In fact, the fruit down here is better because they only send ripe fruit down here because people want to buy it and eat it. Whereas if you buy it in the other supermarket, you've got to wait a couple of days for it to ripen. Okay. Well, Tim, you're so interesting, says Evans. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, what happened here? I seem to have be offline on this one, but I'm not worried about that. You will have adverts for bathrooms linked with your vlogs now, probably. Hi, Bob and Tim. Just got back from a very nice buffet dinner at Guillemard Princess. Peter Blake. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Prefer Mercadona. You know, I prefer Mercadona for my everyday shop, to tell you the truth, because I know where things are. And I buy fruit there as well, because they've got some nice stuff. But the fruit down here is pretty cool, pretty good. They don't seem to have an Eroski in the Canaries, maybe because of Hippodino. I've never heard of Eroski. Well, Nikki was going, sorry I missed you there. We found China exactly as you described, went for 6 weeks a few years ago, says Jane. Yeah, the food was really funny as well because if you're in a posh restaurant, they used to take us to posh restaurants, and rice there was like an affront. It means you didn't have enough to eat if you had rice, if you asked for rice. But I found out that they eat anything with its back to the sky, they say. And so there's all the bones and the eyes and everything are left in. So it's not like Chinese here where you can just scoop it in. You've got to like pick it out. But the Chinese have got a great way of eating. They actually put everything in, sort it out in their mouth, and then just spit out what they don't need. And this spitting out in the works cafeteria was a real experience because they had these massive tables, with round tables with about 8 to 10 people on each table, and the middle of the table was for spitting. So you'd be eating what have you, and you'd be getting stuff, and people would either bring their own, or they'd get something from the cafeteria, or they'd share something. But they'd put it in the gob, and then anything like bones or eyes or anything you couldn't swallow, they just spit in the middle of the table. And when they left, somebody would come and just clean the whole table, disinfect it, and then other people would sit down. So that was I had to get used to that. That was really weird. Hippodino are cheaper than Mercadona in Fuerteventura, and now Mercadona don't have the butchers. Eroski are a Basque chain. Okay, that's interesting. Soup at the end of the meal. Yeah, they do soup at the end of the meal as well, yeah. I remember this one guy taught us how to eat goose foot. And the goose foot, it's like a proper foot. And it's got a little bit of meat here. And what they do is they cut this meat off and then eat it with a knife and fork, believe it or not. And then with the leg, they just put the whole thing in, jiggle it around and bring it out like Top Cat. You always use Grand Sur down the hill from our resort. Yep, Grand Sur is a good shopping centre there. It's the right side of the motorway for the prices. And it's got a Mercadona in the basement, I believe. So, cheers, Anne. Yep, somebody's got an iPhone going.
Hello.
Okay, so I got to close this one. So I think I've lost connection with my little iPad here. Not connected, yeah, okay. I'm going to turn that off. Do you have any idea where you can purchase affordable COVID testing kits in the south, and how much are they, please, says Nicholas Parsons. I don't know. I really don't know. mainly because I don't have use for them, but I did overhear somebody chatting, saying they were probably about 40 to 60 euros, but I'm not sure. But I didn't know you could buy a kit to do it yourself. I thought you had to go to a hospital or a clinic to get it done. But I may be wrong. But going to Britain, I didn't even look because I'm not going. But coming here, I don't know. Suggestion for Balky Bantertown, jokes, laughter hour. Pete and Shell, jokes, laughter hour. You don't want to hear my jokes. You don't want to hear my jokes. I met my wife in Australia. I said, what are you doing here? She was dangling her feet in the water. She was sat on Sydney Bridge. I remember she had long blonde hair down her back, none on her head, and the hairs out of her nose were so long she used to plait them. When she sneezed, it cracked like a whip. Thank you, Tommy Cooper. That doesn't sound very nice at all, or hygienic, because that's the spitting, yeah. Hygiene is to do with culture. Hygiene is really to do with culture. I remember I was in Doha. Was it Doha or somewhere out there anyway? And they were saying that the Westerners are not very clean because they don't wash after going to the bathroom, and they scrape it off with paper. And I said, we're clean. And then he said, well, put peanut butter on your arms. He says, and wash one off and scrape the other one off with paper and see which one feels cleaner. Ever since then, I've used a bidet. We've been told we have to test 2 days before we go. That might all change, That might all change. I mean, if you've been vaccinated, they're changing the rules now that if you're vaccinated or something, you don't have to quarantine, or you only need a thing on 1 day. These are all rumours, by the way. But it might all change, so I would just not worry about it until it becomes a thing. Because I know a lot of people worried last year about stuff that never happened. And then when it does happen, it happens. And don't worry about it. Enjoy yourselves. I think you have to go to a clinic to get a doctor to sign off on it. I think so. Well, line dancing time. Not me, but I'm the taxi. Bye for now. Okay, see you later. Enjoy your line dance. Shimmy to the left and shimmy to the right. I don't like the sound of that. I hate spitting. I mean, it's not like they're going, they're spit in their hands and they throw it on the table or whatever, It's not as bad as it's made out to be, but it was a cultural shock. But if everybody's doing it, it's like watching left-handed golfers coming over a hill. If the right-handed golfer looks different. Oh, Roger, work with Tommy. Yeah, he's a very funny bloke. As far as I can know, you have to go to tested approved centre. You can't do them yourself. They're all available in many pharmacies. You don't see a queue outside them waiting to be tested. No, it's. I didn't think you could do them yourself. But hey, maybe it's an antigen test you can do yourself, but not a PCR or LAMP test. And also, how do they know it's you? You could just stick it in the dog. Testing all depends on the country you're travelling to, and from airlines have different requirements as well. Yeah, you're right. It does. If you're travelling to Britain, then I think you need, if you're from a risky country, then they do say you've got to have a test before you get on the plane, and then you got to quarantine for 10 days and test on day 2 and 8, and you have to buy the tests before you leave, and you can only buy them from the Tory mates. Hello at the end. Hey, Przemyslav, how the devil are you, sir? Tried to bring a test kit over with me. Will they accept that, getting on the plane? Anyway, what you want to do is just enjoy your holiday and do whatever you need to do to go home. And Nicholas Pass, I see no reason why you can't take a testing kit with you from the UK and self-test within 48 hours of leaving. You can photograph your test results and upload it. You just got to be careful that the letter of the rules don't say that it has to be done at a certain place and it has to have the clinician's name and address and what type of test it was, and it's got to be signed or stamped or whatever. You know, just make sure that whoever's asking for the test, they've obviously got terms and conditions and tell you what tests are valid and available. Just make sure you read that before you start making decisions that may end up costing you more money. Roger, I don't live far from where Tommy Cooper was born. Oh, that's Gareth Barry. And Tina, hi Tina, I've seen you for a while. I know you're there in the background. I think in Tenerife you have to get a test from a doctor and they give you a certificate. And Gilly Gardenia, you need to go to the clinic or you'll not get a certificate to get back. You're having a good summer in Poland? Well, that's nice. That is nice. I mean, it's pretty warm here at the moment, but it's been freezing the last few months, so way below what it should be. Pete and Shell saying, seen a deal the other day, 900 for tests, comes with free holiday. There's always somebody trying to get around the rules. I don't think it's getting around the rules. I think people you do have to incorporate the price of getting to and from and testing into your holiday these days. Night Strider's parents explained what to do on a vlog. Exactly. They did. They vlogged the whole thing. In fact, they tested even though they didn't need to because they weren't going to a hotel. But have a look at one of Andrew's vlogs. It was his parents going back to the UK. Everything you need to know about going back to the UK. Of course, that was then. And things change. So if you're not coming till August, September, October, November, I would just wait. I would just not even think about it until it becomes acute. I'm to blame as well, says John Drew. We need to stop talking about tests and get on with your normal banter. Much more interesting. That was one of the reasons why I decided to give up, because there are places where you can go and read this stuff, you know. I mean, somebody has to write it and somebody has to read it. But there are so many people interpreting it and saying what, you know, having an opinion about it, that it became muddy. So because I only waited until the law was written and then read the law, I wasn't the first. So everybody would jump on as soon as there was a sniff of what the law was going to be, and then they'd sort of give out that information. So it wasn't new anymore. And also, if you want to read the law, all you got to do is to shove it through a translator and from Spanish to English and then interpret the English. So that's what I used to do. And then so many people were doing it that I thought, well, I'm the idiot at the end that comes on and just tells you exactly what you know. Or maybe the couple of nuances they got wrong, or the opinion that they had that didn't actually come to fruition. And to say the truth, it was just depressing me because our figures were going up, even though we know what the answer is. You know, distance, wash your hands, don't touch your mouth, and don't put yourself in a risky situation. We weren't doing it. And so now we're at level 3 and I don't understand it. So anyway, enough of that. I've been away for a few days in Scarborough, back home now. Scarborough. I think it was flying. One of our friends was in Scarborough as well. I saw a video of Scarborough Castle. Who was that? Was that Dun Trucking or Flying Trucker? I can't remember which one, but somebody put a video up of Scarborough Castle. I didn't even know Scarborough had a castle. It's pronounced Gardener, Tim. Okay. Gilly Gardinier, I thought. Tim, you're never an idiot. Thank you for that. Actually, I've been an idiot a few times. September 30th, can't wait, says Frankie. Jimmy England, Timmy, you're swimming tomorrow, and are you filming it? Yes, no. Paul Reed, we brought our lateral flow test with us to get back to the UK. We were there last week. And they accepted the lateral flow test to go back, Paul. That's interesting news. Hi, Anne. Gardiner, we got that one. Swim, no film, yep. Here's something, guys. What happens if you're due to fly home after your holiday, but you test positive? What happens then? if you have checked out? Whew, good question. If you test positive, then, okay, I got to start again. Theoretically, you have to download the app, right? That tells you whether you're positive or negative or not. And this app is called the COVID whatever it is app in the Canary Islands. And if you do test positive, you've got to go in and you've got to tell, I've been tested positive, and that informs everybody else whose phone was within a certain distance of you for a certain amount of time. And that's how it should work, but nobody installs the app and nobody says it. It was, anyway, don't get me started on that. So once you are known to have it, then you have to quarantine immediately. And if you are in the Canary Islands and you're in a tourist accommodation, the tourist accommodation will organize a move to a hotel of infected people where you can quarantine for 10 days. That is paid for by the Canarian government. Plus, if your family who are not infected cannot travel without you, then they will also be put up under the Canarian government using the AXA insurance that is free to all people that come to the Canary Islands and stay in tourist accommodation. So if you're visiting friends and family, you're not covered. If you're coming and you're renting an illegal let off somebody, or you got a key off a mate's or whatever, you're not covered. But if you're staying in vivienda vacacional or in a hotel, you're covered. And they'll put you in one of the hotels that is registered. So we're coming up to 1 hour now, and I've got to get back. Jack Bale, having the proper insurance. Yeah, the proper insurance for the COVID, if you catch COVID here, you're covered by the Canary Islands government. So don't worry about that. You make my name sound a lot more exotic than it is. Judy Gardinieri. Try it. Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday I'm going to do my walks. Monday, Wednesday, Friday I'm going to do my walks. And I'm going to swim Tuesday, Thursday. Christina said not to film it. I might actually just take a camera in the water with me, because I've got the hat cam, which is waterproof, and I've got the 360 cam, which is waterproof. And then I might show some of that on Freaky Fridays. Okay. 226 watching, 121 thumbs up, more thumbs up thoughts. Ian Miller, thank you. I can't even see how many people are watching, but it's really nice to know that you guys are enjoying what I do. I'm feeling a bit better now. I'll tell you what it is, there's no alcohol. That's what it is, that's what's missing. What are you cooking tonight? Actually, I already cooked. Yesterday I did this sort of vegetable lasagna-y type thing. It wasn't lasagna. It's I used the method of cooking a moussaka, but I didn't have any of the moussaka ingredients. So I just used potatoes, onions, mushrooms and chickpeas. And then I did, like, the mushrooms and chickpeas were instead of the meat, and the potatoes and onions, there should have been 2 other vegetables on top of that. And then I did a bechamel sauce on top with some grated cheddar cheese, and then toasted that on top. So we ate half of it yesterday, and we're going to eat another half today. New channel, Swim with Tim. I don't need any more channels. Always do thumbs up straight away. Can you use the hat cam as an indoor security camera? Not really, because it's limited to how long it can record, because it overheats. Because it's a very small camera, and so it's very powerful. So they reckon you should only use it for maybe 30 seconds to a minute. You can actually film for longer than that, but who's going to watch security camera? It'd be easier if you go to Neil in Wales and get your security cameras fitted. He should be back home by now. What's the hat cam, Tim? It's the Ali Ben, we call it. I'll show you. So, this is a camera that I bought. I bought the older version, then McMaster Lee bought the new version, and then he sold me on the new version, and then I got it and dropped it. So this is the thing. It's called an Insta 360, and it's called the Go version 2. So there you go. And what it is, it opens up like this, and this is the camera, and this is the remote control, and you can take this out. So that's actually the camera, and that fits in here, and then you can connect with this. It's connected. I don't know if you can see that. And then it says Pro Video, and then you press go, and it's recording now. So wherever you look, it'll record. And the thing is so wide, the angle is so wide, it takes 180 degrees up and down and side by side, so that if you jiggle it around, the actual HD portion of it is stabilized. So 22 seconds, saving. Okay, so that's saved now. So I can now take it back out, stick it back in, and the case charges it as well. And then you attach it to your phone or your iPad and download the footage, edit it, reframe it, put in whatever you want, music, upload it to wherever you want. It's quite good. Oh, hi Tim, how's you and the boss? Boss is fine. We wouldn't travel anyway without decent insurance cover, especially the way things are. No, it's true. It's Insta 360, there you go. Heat wave coming to Tenerife, it's already here. It is already here. It is over 30 degrees now. It is over 30 degrees now. And it's going to get more humid. More humid. It's Monday night. It's 1 hour we've been on now. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. I hope I've answered all the questions. I hope I've seen you and given you a bit of insight into what we do. I hope that you see what it's like to live on the island of Tenerife. If you're an Englishman and you come to a bar where they only speak English, then this is it. Yeah, next time I'm going to go to Canarian bar on Friday. We don't know where we're going yet, but we're going to a Canarian bar. And on Wednesday, we have... I actually don't know what the thing is on Wednesday, what the topic is. But I'm taking a back seat on Wednesdays now. Giuliani and Christina are sort of slowly taking over. So I'll come in and say hello, and then I'll go and cook, and then they'll chit-chat. So if you're into something a bit more, with a bit more meat and a bit more meaning, then Wednesday balcony banter's for you. Monday is just me chit-chatting and drinking Tim and tonics. And Freaky Fridays, Christina and I trying out tapas bars. And then walking Monday, Wednesday, Friday, swimming Tuesday, Thursday, but not online. And I'm hoping that starting this week, I'm going to do one vlog about wheelchair-friendly restaurants somewhere. I actually don't know what I'm going to do with a vlog. The 360-degree camera is going to come into use, but I really don't know how to present that. And also I want to do a bit more with this 3D imaging stuff, which is quite fun. But it's just finding the time, really. Evening, Tim, just come over the chat. What's the latest on COVID? We're here in level 3, Tenerife, Gran Canaria. Is this true? Gran Canaria is in 2, and we're on 3, but 2 and 3 are very similar. It's just how many people can sit in a bar, basically, is the difference. And also, level 3 allows, or doesn't allow, youngsters to get together after 10 o'clock with bottles of wine in parks and beaches and stuff, so that's being policed. And also wearing the masks in all public places unless you can guarantee a minimum distance of 2 meters. That's it in a nutshell, really. Okay. Bye, Tim. Everyone have a wonderful evening, says Julie. And Marie Elton. That's hot. 42 degrees, yeah. It was nearly 40 degrees in the north of the island today, but we're always good. Great chat as always, Ali Ben. Cheerio, Tim. Yours look quite cool. That's because you're acclimated. To tell you the truth, yeah, your blood gets thinner. The longer you're here, 28 degrees doesn't feel 28. I mean, 22 in the night, and I'm freezing. So if it was 22 in the night coming here, I'd be saying, where's my air conditioning? But hey, Anyway, so ladles and jelly spoons. Google thinks you might like this one. And if you want to support the channel, press the little square button. And if you're not subscribed and you enjoy the content, consider subscribing. This is Tim Dowd for Living the MS in Tenerife, signing off. See ya. Wouldn't want to be you.